Oh, it's turning on. All right. So the circular functions, the unit circle, and that's what they're talking about, the cosine and the sine. So as we talked about, if you take what we've learned, and I'm going to open up this guy, and I don't have anything circular. Let's see, do I have anything circular? Yep, there's something. I don't know if it'll fit on the page or not. And don't get mad at me. I love candles. So this is one of my candle do-jiggers. And I'm going to take my handy dandy there we go. There's our unit circle. Now I'm just going to show you, just like I showed you before, the best way to learn this thing. Because I tried to memorize it when I was in trig, and I just couldn't memorize it. I did better just learning it. And we know that this is 0 degrees and 360. We know this is 90. This is 180. This is 270. This is 0 radians. This is pi over 2 radians. This is pi radians. This is 3 pi over 2 radians. And this is 2 pi. We also know, we know that cosine comes first. And the coordinates for this point is 1 on the x, 0 on the y. 0 on the x, 1 on the y, -1 on the x, 0 on the y, 0 on the x, and -1 on the y. And that's what they're teaching you in this section. Okay, now we also know that the unit circle is made up of 3 special angles. Those 3 special angles are the 30-degree angle, which is 1, square root of 3, 2. The 45-degree angle, 1, 1, square root of 2. And the 60-degree angle, which is the flip side of the 30-degree angle. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add those angles to this. And there's our 30-degree angle. There's our 45-degree angle. And there's our 60-degree. So 30, 45, and 60. And of course, that's going to go down here. 30 degrees is going to go here. 45 is going to go here. And my circle is a little bit off on the bottom side. I know that. And 180 plus 30 is 210. 180 plus 45 is 225. And 270 minus 60 is 230. I'm sorry. 60 plus 180 is 240. And then, of course, this is 60 degrees here. This is 45 degrees. And this is 30 degrees. 180 minus 30 is 150. And 90 plus 45 is 135. And 90 plus, I'm sorry, I just had a brain bubble. 120. I'm having brain bubbles right now. All right, and stretch those down here. And just use your imagination because my unit circle is a little bit off. And that's going to be 360 be 330. And 270 plus 45 is going to be what? 315. And then 270 be 300. Okay, now we're going to take those special angles and we're going to do the radians. So this will be pi over 180. And 30 will go into 180 6 times. So that'd be pi over 6. And then this right here, 45 times pi over 180. And 45 will go in there how many times? Like 4 times, pi over 4. And then here, multiply by pi, would be pi over 3. And technically, you can learn a little pattern with that and go over here and do these. I'm only going to do the top half. So that's pi over 180. So take the zeros out. 12 and 6 will go in there. It'll be 2 pi over 3. And then 135 and so on. I'll do 150. 150 times pi over 180. And that'll be 3 to be 5 pi over 6. Let's go ahead and do a couple of the cosine and the sines. Let's do these first quadrant since I'm running out of room. Okay, so the 30-degree angle, the sine, Oscar had a hump. So we know that this is the opposite. So 1 over 2 is the sine. And the cosine is 1 over, I'm sorry, the square root of 3 over 2. Here, there's little man. So Oscar had 1 over the square root of 2, which would be the square root of 2 over 2. Same thing here, square root of 2 over 2. And the 60-degree angle, Oscar had be square root of 3 over 2. And 1 over square root of 3 over 3. Make sure Oscar had a hump, no, 1/2. And now all you need to do is all students take calculus. And now you can do these over here, the sine and the cosecant are positive, so you know that the sine of these three is going to be positive. So that means for each one of these, the second one is going to be positive, and the first one is going to be negative. And down here, the tangent and the cosecant, well, that means all of these are negative. And this is cosine, so that means the first one is going to be positive. The second one is going to be negative. And that is the unit circle. Now, of course, I didn't fill out everything. I filled out most of the top half for you. Make sure you can make that. Make a nice one. Get one off the internet, you know, and have it for the test. Make sure. Capiche? Everybody good with that? All right. And that's what they're telling you to do here. They're starting to show you how to do the unit circle. I started showing you that technically the first day that we started with math. And let's see, using the Pythagorean theorem, that really not a big deal. Circular functions has to be in radian mode. Let's look at this one. Well, sine of 3 pi over 2. Well, we got that right there. Sine 3 pi over 2. Well, I thought I had 3 pi over 2. Where's 3 pi over 2? Did I not do 3 pi over 2? I thought I did 3 pi over 2. Well, 3 pi over 2. What is 3 pi over 2? Let's look and see. I'm just showing you what these are if I can figure this thing out. 3 pi over 2 multiplied by 180 over what? Pi. 2 over 190. 3 times 90 is 270. So you know it's 270. There's 3 pi over 2. I knew I saw it. 3 pi over 2. And 270, the cosine is what? The cosine is negative 0, and the y is negative 1. So when you're asked to do that, and the sine of 3 pi over 2, the sine is negative 1. And there's the sine right there, negative 1. What's the cosine of 3 pi over 2? The cosine is 0. And there's that. Now the tan of 3 pi over 2, you have to go back. I mean, think about it. What is the tan? Somebody tell me what the tan is. Oscar had a hunk of what? Tan is of what? Of apple. Well, that's simple. Let's just take the opposite. Okay, and the adjacent. Well, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with it? What is that? That's a vertical line, right? Vertical line, the slope is undefined. So the tangent is going to be undefined. Because you ain't got no what? You ain't got no adjacent. Everybody with me? You don't have an adjacent. There's nothing there. 0. The base of this triangle right here is 0. There's nothing there. Okay? I'm not going to test you a lot on this stuff. I'm going to test you on the unit circle. I'm not going to test you a lot. I might ask you, to fill out the unit circle at those 4 quadrants. But, I'm not going to ask you this kind of stuff. Let's see what else they got. Evaluate the sine of 7 pi over 4. Evaluate the sine. Okay, well, let's just forget about it. 7 pi over 4. What is the first rule in trig? Find out what? Find out where you what?
Where you are.
Find out where you are. Thank you for listening and communicating. Thank you, whoever that was. Okay. Find out where you are. 7 pi over 4. 180 over pi. 4 will go in there. What? 45? Yes or no? 4 will go into 18. 4 times, yeah, I think it's 45. And 7 times 45 is what?
That
300
is
degrees. It's a miracle. 300 degrees. Wait a minute. That's this quadrant right here, isn't it? 300 degrees is 270 plus what? 30, right? So that's this angle right here, which is the what angle? 60-degree angle? Yes or no? 30 degrees, sorry.
I think it's, wait, no, 7, isn't 7 times 45 315?
It probably is, I don't know. 7 times 4 is 28. And 7 times, okay, you're right, 315, thank you. 315, which is the 45-degree angle. So the 45-degree angle is right here. So that is +1, -1, and what? Square root of 2?
Mm-hmm.
And they want to know what? The sine, cosine, and tangent. Sine is equal to Oscar had. Cosine, a hunk of apple. All students take calculus. So the cosine is going to be positive. And the sine and the tangent are going to be what? Negative.
Negative.
So Oscar had, here's your little man. Oscar had be -1 over the square root of 2, which is negative square root of 2 over 2. Y'all check me. A hunk. A is 1 over the square root of 2, which will be the square root of 2 over 2 of apple. Be -1. So I got negative square root of 2, square root of 2 over 2, and -1. Let's see what they got. I thought they wanted the sine, cosine, and tangent. They might go to the next slide. Negative square root of 2 over 2, positive square root of 2 over 2. It's a miracle. You see how this stuff works? It's really not rocket science. It's really not. If you know the 3 special angles, and you know the 0, 90, 270, blah, 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 and you know the sine, cosine, and tangent, you can put together a unit circle, and you can do these things right here that they're doing. Let's see what this one says. Evaluate the, okay, you do 5 pi over 6. You do 5 pi over 6. I'm not going to show you anything. I just want you to do 5 pi over 6. See what you come up with. 5 pi over 6, and I want you to do sine, cosine, and tangent. Find out where you are. Oh, I didn't turn on my video. I suck. Five pi over 6. Multiply by 180 over pi. Pi's go out. I got 150 degrees. What'd y'all get?
The same thing.
150 degrees.
So that's a 30-degree angle. But all students take calculus. So it's going to be plus on the sine. It's going to be negative and negative on the cosine and the tangent. Because this guy is negative square root of 3. This guy is 1, and this guy is 2. Oscar had square root of 2 over 2. A hunk. Well, that's going to be square root of 3 over the square root of 2. Be negative square root of 3 over the square root of 2, which is square root of 2 over square root of 2, which is square root negative square root of 6 over 2. And the tangent of apple of 1 over square root of 3, so that's going to be negative square root of 3 over 3. That's what I got. Let's see what the answer is. Well, the sine, they got 1/2. Did I not do it right?
I think you wrote the square root of 2 instead of 2.
No, you don't have the square root of 2. I suck. My bad. I don't know why I put the square root of 2 for the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse cannot be square root of 2. I'm sorry, my bad. I suck. Let me do it again. So that's going to be, that's totally wrong. Let me just do it over. Shoot. All right, the hypotenuse is 2. So that's going to be Oscar had, which is going to be 1 over 2. That'll be the sine. And a hunk would be square root of 3 over 2. Of apple, which would be 1 over the square root negative square root of 3, which would be negative square root of 3 over 3. That should be your answers. Don't get too fast and put the square root over the 2. Oh. So 1/2 negative square root of 3 over 2. And I thought they wanted the tangent too, but I guess they don't. Yeah, there's the tangent. Negative square root of 3 over 3. And there is your unit circle. So why don't I do this? Let me go and find y'all the unit circle, because I know 2 or 3 of y'all's not going to do it because it's too much work. So let me find the unit circle if I haven't already. Have I already sent it to you, or do you have it?
I mean, I just drew it.
Well, I know, but that takes a lot of work for some people. Let me, I'm going to find a good one, and I'm just going to send it. Now, y'all, let's see, where's a good one that actually has everything on it? That one right there has everything on it. So I'm going to copy, and I'm going to take that, and I'm going to put that on a word processor sheet. Y'all are welcome. And I'm going to put that. Y'all know what? Some people won't even print this out. Yep, that's right. Some people won't even print it out. That's why I'm sending it to you, because I know some people aren't even going to fool with it. Not because they've done it themselves, they're just too lazy to print it out. And save that as unit circle. God, the things I do for y'all. Unit circle. I feel so unappreciated. All right, and now I'm going to send that to y'all. Hold on a second. I'm looking at the TV screen over here. And somebody tell me if they see it when it comes up, because I am fixing to send it right now. Might give me a thumbs up when you see it. Is that a thumbs up, Miss Hernandez, or you see it? Okay, good.
Yep.
And you can print that out and use that. Any questions? Dadgum. That's it, pretty much. Let's see what else they got. And let's see, unit circle. From the figure 7 pi over 4, that's the same thing. Yeah, 1.85. Go ahead and make sure you know how to turn on radians in your, let's do that right quick. Let's go into mode and change from degree to radians and clear. And let's find the cosine. What they want? Cosine. Cosine of 1.85. Cosine of 1.85. And that should be it. Yep. So make sure you can switch between radians in your calculator and make sure you can do that. And that's the same stuff right there, just finding. I'm not going to test you on that. Okay. So that's pretty much it. So let's look at the test. Now, I mean, I'm not going to look at it right now. You still got homework to do. But I'm going to look at it. And I don't know if I've even brought it over yet. Let's see, assignment manager. Nope, I don't think I have. Let me go get it. Let's see, when did I teach it last? Let's see, summer 21. Nope. Hold on a second. Let me go in and see if I can find it. Why do all these have summer? Oh, that's 110. Okay, let me go back. I may have to redo this. I may have to redo y'all's test. Convert assignments. Yeah, I don't think I've got any. I'm gonna have to bring one of the tests over. Yep, I'm gonna have to bring the test over from another class. Okay, does anybody have any questions? Well, y'all gonna get out early today because we're finished. I didn't know we were gonna finish that quick. Okay, so now everybody, but I can tell you right now, if you are not on at least, if you're not at least on 9.3, you're behind. And there's about 4 or 5 of y'all that are behind. So just telling you, and don't be bombarding me with questions from 9.1 and 9.2 when we're just finishing up 9.5. Okay? If you need questions on 9.1 through 9.4, then you need to see me outside of class. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, I think everybody will know there's only 12 here. So let me take the roll. And y'all are responsible 9.1 through 9.5. And we will pull up the test Thursday, and I will assign the homework. Chances are the homework will be due Friday night at midnight or something like that. Capiche? Okay.